This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to a Performance Gears episode where we're doing a performance preview on the new Adidas Harden 5. Disclaimers out of the way, shoe is not in hand. This is not a clickbait, but I just wanted to go over the exciting tech specs and what we have looking forward in the Harden Volume 5. Now, if this is your first time joining the channel, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. And if you like the video, hit a thumbs up down below and shoot something in the comments so I can see what you guys want to see in the future. Now, it's unfortunate that Nike has really not done the Kobe line any honor. They haven't signed any additional athletes, which I think a ton of NBA players would want to be underneath a Kobe brand. They're not making enough shoes, really catering to just the resale market and those who are trying to make money off his passing versus all the hoopers and all the fans and admirers of Kobe who really just want a piece of him. So Nike, you need to do better for Kobe. But shout out to Adidas. I don't know what they're doing with the Harden line, and I really feel like Harden himself is not involved in the process. So I wanted to break down kind of Harden 1 through 4 really quickly, and then we're going to join into the tech specs of the Harden 5. And the reason I brought up the Kobe line is because for the first time in 2020, we're getting an all-new shoe with a full drop-in midsole, and we haven't had that in a couple years. And obviously I think Kobe is the most prolific shoe that has drop-in midsoles. We just had our new drop-in midsole video come out, which I feel like I should have waited for the Harden Volume 5 now, but that's okay. I'll put a link above so you guys can check that out if you wanted to see it. But let's start with the Harden 1. So the first shoe with the Harden logo was by Nike. I bet y'all didn't expect that. This is the Hyperdrive, and this actually had the Harden logo, and also full circle, guys, drop-in midsole. Now, this used the midsole similar to what they used on the Metcon line, but actually worked really well with the LeBron shoe. So this is an older shoe that actually is a fantastic shoe, really lightweight, close to the court, minimal cushion, and that's how Harden shoes were for a while. He had a few shoes from Adidas. I think they were the Hyperlights or what have you, and I'll put some pictures here where he had minimal cushioning setup, and he had a few kind of signature shoes with his name before his signature. So when the Harden Volume 1 came out, that was kind of a big deal, but it's kind of surprising that his first shoe with his logo also had a drop in, and we're finally making that full circle. All right, but no, the Harden Volume 1, and this is actually more the casual LS lifestyle version. I have 2 pairs of the Harden Volume 1, and I think this was just an iconic first signature sneaker. One of the best first signature sneakers to come out in a while, where it had traction that was very good, not great depending on the court, had a knit upper with their prime knit that was fantastic with raw materials. It had full length boost, but it was this minimal boost that absorbed impact, but was still, you felt quick, it was comfortable, just a great overall shoe where I got a lot of people excited, and actually had a lot more cushion than what some of his shoes in the past had. Then he went kind of rogue and gave us the Harden 2, which had this giant chunky midsole with so much boost, very little flex, similar traction that I thought was a little bit better, that was improved. It gave us this upper that was no longer prime nip, a little plasticky. It was much more narrow. This is when I had to do a 13, and on the originals I was able to do a 12.5. So this a lot of players did like because it had so much cushion, but it was kind of contrary to what really Harden generally did use. Then my favorite of the Harden line so far, the Harden Volume 3, which was just about perfect. I called this when it came out, it was my tie for shoe of the year, or maybe number 2, where just no matter who you are, you could enjoy this shoe. It again had full length boost, but it wasn't this soft bouncy boost. It was closer to the court. You felt quick, but great impact protection. They went with herringbone. That still worked pretty well. Surprisingly, the clear versions of this shoe did way better on court than the hard versions or this camo rubber outsole. This again gave us a circular knit, raw materials in the tongue, had that cat tongue kind of back area here, which meant when your heel went up, it kind of gripped a little bit better. Overall, fantastic shoe, light, close to the court, and my favorite Harden to date. Then you had the Harden 4, Yeah, I didn't get the Harden 4. Tried it on in store. Super narrow midfoot, super low instep. So if you have a tall or a foot with a lot of girth, you just can't wear it. It was very uncomfortable. They ran a little bit big, meaning in my size 12, they still felt long. So I kind of didn't want to do a 12 and a half. They shifted over from Boost to Light Strike. Having used Light Strike in the Next Level 1, I wasn't too impressed. Having used Light Strike walking around in the store, it felt like I was just walking barefoot. I might as well have just taken the shoes off. Once I saw and used Light Strike in the Dames, and then the Next Level 2s, Light Strike was, okay, we got something going here. So, but I didn't like the implementation, and I don't think almost any reviewer was able to wear the Harden Volume 4s and say, yeah, this is a comfortable shoe, and the Light Strike is great. Everyone was like, it's close to the court, it's minimal, they're trying to be nice. But overall, the Harden Volume 4 just wasn't a fan of between the fit and the cushion. Now, maybe the support was good, maybe the traction was good, and I have not done a full review by any means, so don't take my word for it. But essentially, if you missed on it, it was overpriced, and I think they really missed the ball. So now we're up to the Harden Volume 5. All right, so the Harden Volume 5, honestly, yeah, I'm calling it. I'm calling it. This is the Kobe 9. Am I saying it is going to be as good as the Kobe 9? I can't say that. This is one of the best basketball hooping shoes of all time. But it has an upper that looks like it's knit and woven and purposeful. Has a drop-in midsole with a dual density foam, just like we like from the advanced Kobe's in the 360 and the NXT FF. It is looking like it's packing a lot of technology, and they're saying over 1,000 hours of footage or whatever it is, calibrating the outsole for the traction, which is kind of what they did with the 1 and the 2, and I like those. So if they're not going to do herringbone, them putting the time to research to give us a traction pattern that works, whew. All right, so let's jump into some of the details. So starting with the upper, really the only detail specs we have out here, we have from Sneaker Highway 23, as well as I want to give a shout out to Sneaker Speculation on Instagram. So it has a special plaid textured upper, whatever that is, but honestly, it looks like it is some kind of knit, and I'm really enjoying that. This is Editing Levi from the future, and I did want to give a big shout out to Ducktam, who we got a lot of these detailed pics from, and I was able to communicate with him direct message on Instagram. You guys can check out his link below, and he did describe the upper as being more of a rip stop, which is going to be closer to what you're seeing on something like the KD 13. So not necessarily premium, but something that molds to your foot, that is very lightweight, and it's going to really aid in containment while still being light. All right, back to the video. Now, the big thing that I enjoy is the fact that it shows that its design mimics the natural curves of the human foot, bringing the shoe's surface closer to the feet, allowing it to be a part of your body. All right, cool. Like, all I like is that when I see the shape of the shoe, it looks like it has a regular natural tongue. It's not some booty or fold over, it's a burrito style tongue like the first one. It's not some super tight tongue like in the second one. It looks like it's much wider, has a higher instep. So overall, just the materials and the fit of the shape of the shoe look way better. Now, another thing that got me excited was looking at the insole where your heel's going in. Looking at the picture, it has a 360-degree heat compression technology that's combined with the upper and outsole perfectly. Now that I think is talking more about the combination of it, but if you see those pillows there, holy cow, they look like they're just going to be hugging your ankle, really drawing you back into the shoe. And when you have a shoe that's a low top, it's close to mid, but I think definitely more on the low side, that's drawing into the heel, kind of like the Kobe's, you look to have some really good ankle stability there because you want to stay on that footbed. And another part of staying on that footbed is going to be the midsole. Now that midsole and the cushioning is going to be special for a couple different reasons. One, we haven't had a shoe with an all new drop-in midsole design since the Converse All-Star BB. That's what we have right here. This is a full length React, and if this looks like it has high sidewalls and it's chunky, I'm willing to bet this might fit in the Adidas and vice versa, which is cool. Now, Converse did release their Evo version this year, which still stayed with the same cushioning and the same tooling, but has an all new upper, and I definitely do want to try that out if I can. But just like the Kobe 360, which had a combination of Lunar and React, and the NXT FF, which had a combination of React and Cushlon, we're getting a dual density or dual foam setup, which from my experience in having the shoe that has almost the exact same cushion setup, I love. Sorry guys, this is Levi from Editing in the Future, and again, huge shout out to Ducktan. Please check him out on his Instagram handle. He did describe the midsole as being incredibly similar to what we saw on the 360, which is the same thing I'm showing you guys here with the Converse midsole. And if you look at some of the pictures, it does look like traditional Boost in the midsole, but it is wrapped in something and then placed in the Light Strike carrier. But he also stated it doesn't say Light Strike anywhere on the tooling of the midsole, whereas Nike does put that it is React and the different components on it. So just a detailed update. The new Next Level 2020 or Next Level 2 is a shoe that I just raved about. The cushion was amazing, and it was brought to my attention from you guys, one of our subscribers, who said, hey, it actually does have a Boost liner. I thought only the Pro Boost had it. So this implementation has a full Light Strike tooling midsole with a Boost liner, and the cushion is for me at least just spot on, just perfect, meaning it's a little bit soft, but you don't feel like it's mushy. You know, it's not like some of the older LeBrons with kind of the Lunar and the Zoom. It doesn't feel like you don't have enough cushioning, where because you have plenty of bounce, you have plenty of impact protection, but you still feel quick. That combination, and the fact that that midsole looks thick, it looks similar to this, it looks like there's plenty of cushion in that. And that also means hopefully that's one we can take out and use in other shoes, where you can put in a Converse, in a Kobe, which is exciting, or maybe even putting a Nike cushioning in an Adidas shoe. So the fact that Adidas has been working with their creation factory, with their AM4, I think they call it, how they're combining their uppers and their midsoles and their outsoles together with the adhesive they're using, has been amazing. They're really pushing the technology of how they're developing a shoe, and I think they're able to bring that together finally to give us a shoe in the Harden Volume 5. The 5 looks to be legit. One of the issues we had with the Hardens recently with the 2, and then I would say with the 4, is they were kind of heavy. This looks to be a little bit lighter. We'll see when we get them in hand. But all in all, you have a traction that's been retooled to work with how Harden works, with his quick footwork. So all right, hopefully that works with us. You have a cushion that's combining their Light Strike and their Boost, which from what we have prior in this and the Pro Boost is amazing. You have an upper that looks to be more able to mold to your foot and work for a variety of players. Guys, that's legit. They can charge $160 now. I think the price on the other one was $130 or $140, but when you have that level of technology on a signature sneaker, I'm all in. These look to be incredible. I'm excited for them. The LeBron 18 and the Jordan 35, we got some bangers this year. Low key, just shout out to D Rose and the 11. I can't do better than what Chris did in the Wear Tester channel as far as his preview of the shoe he already has in hand. But that with that thick Light Strike, with that D Rose 7 traction, like I'm all about that D Rose 11. So I haven't got a D Rose since the 7, and maybe I'll do a video on those in my D Rose collection. Guys, let me know if you want me to do it. But we got some really legit hoop shoes coming out now with the pandemic getting bigger here in the States. I don't know how it is globally. Some of the courts have started to close again. They are open in some parts of the country, so I'll do my best to get testing out to you guys as soon as I'm able. But I really appreciate you guys following this channel. Really appreciate the support. We're just shy of 10,000, so please consider sharing the video, telling your friends, and letting them know about the sneaker gears. And I just really appreciate you guys. This is Levi with Sneaker Gears, and I will come at you later.